I'm listening to a book right now called American Nations, which is really fascinating. Colin Woodard is the author. He is arguing that basically colonial America was basically 11 separate nations, and they thought of themselves as 11 separate nations.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was a rodeo to get them to, I mean, and even during the War for Independence, he says actually in reality there were 6 wars for independence. He says they didn't even think of themselves as fighting the same war.
Which is why the information is so crazy.
And some of the colonial nations fought on both sides at different times during the war. It wasn't just like a bunch of American patriots, on all your, Christian history books.
Yeah.
Everybody behind Washington, George Washington. It wasn't like that. It was a mess. And it just underlines to me that there's always a sense in which on the ground it feels like chaos. Everybody's working with a mess. And God's, in heaven ruling, and he's knitting it all together so that nobody can really be like, yeah, I did that.
Right.
What
we did is we got together.
No, I imagine George Washington on his deathbed thinking, I don't even know how that happened. What a miracle that we actually formed a nation.